Hello, I'm Tanya, and this is Transformative Joy. I hope you're having a good day. I hope that you're staying safe and warm. It is Aquarius season, and I love Aquarius. I love Aquarians. My moon is in Aquarius, and I have a son whose sun is Aquarius, and another son whose moon is also in Aquarius, like me. And I don't know, I just feel like I really, really, really relate, right? And I just love that. Like, there's something in me that just loves that rebellious, I'm going to go my way, that is true and authentic to me. And I kind of feel like, with the dawn of AI, and there are some reasons why I'm not crazy about it. One thing, I'm not crazy about how they have stolen artists' work to train it. And I am one of those artists. I have a book I wrote that was stolen and used without my permission to train an AI. And I know many other artists, like visual artists, things, paintings, drawings and stuff, that also had their stuff stolen. And that's not cool. Not cool at all. Especially since the people doing the stealing they could afford to pay us. But you know what? I wouldn't have said yes. Anyhow, so I don't feel like AI should really, really, really be in art. I would like to see AI take over our tasks. Help the rest of our life be easier so we can create art, right? But also, right now I don't think we're being careful with the impact on our environment. Now, eventually AI is going to take hold, and there's no denying things are changing, right? It's going to happen. Anyways, off my soapbox. Let's see. Just focus now. What do you have for us today? 3 cards. Let's go. Let's see what Spirit wants to. Ooh. Moving on. I like that. That seems to be a theme. I feel like we're moving. It doesn't feel like it right now, because it feels like we're stuck in that emotional loss, right? We're moving on from emotional loss. We're moving on from the pain and the suffering, the heartache and loss, right? Any more? One more. Okay. Discontent and boredom. Well, this is a happy thing here. It's like, oh, I'm doing this show so that I can encourage people and lift them up, and then I pull emotional loss, heartache and loss, discontent and boredom. Sometimes the cards do what they want to do, right? All right. So what will help us with these feelings? Because these are real feelings, right? I honestly, I have struggled with it. Most people I know have struggled with it. It was the whole reason why I started thinking about doing this, was that everyone I heard was in pain, right? They wanted to make a change, but they were in pain and they didn't know what to do. And it was just heavy. And it felt like the bad guys were winning. And I wanted to be kind of like a bright light, give some hope and help, right? Help us ground ourselves. Help us, give us something to nourish our soul. So that way when we hear and we learn about the horrible things happening, we have the fortitude to face it. All right. One more time. So what would you like to say? I will say I like that it started with moving on, because I feel like we're not going to be stuck here forever. Knight of Swords. No, we're going to make these changes fast and swift. Okay, what else? What else? What else? Five of Cups. Okay, yeah, that speaks to the kind of disappointment. Five of Wands. And the Five of Pentacles. There's a lot of 5 in this reading, I will say. We got the emotional loss, which is a 5. We got the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles. We're missing the 5 of hearts. 5 of Cups. In my head, that's like the heart card. Not the 5 of Cups, but the cups in general. Or no, sorry, we got 5. We're missing the 5 of, we got the Cups, the Wands, the Pentacles. Oh my God, this is what perimenopause does to you. And if you haven't reached that stage of life, I'm just telling you, learn to roll with it. All right. Swords, 5 of Swords. Thank you. Okay. So we're lacking the 5 of Swords. So what's missing from this story is like the real conflict. Because 5 of Swords is like, man, that's, you're playing with swords, somebody's going to get hurt. Right? With the Wands, could happen. But what I feel here is right now with the 5, that 5 energy is that energy of making change, of, and then we got Merlin. Anyhow, it's like the heart of the matter. It's the crux. It's where, it's like the first initial conflict that the hero makes, you know, the hero comes across in the movie, right? This is like where it all begins, the fighting. It's like we're out in the cold, things aren't going well, we're, you know, and here we got the Knight of Swords trying to bust through all that with his sword of logic. Anyhow, okay, so what else? Like, okay, so yes, we know you're telling us the scenario. Sometimes when the answer, oh, hey baby, come here, Merlin. Sometimes we hear the answer like a second before we actually think it. Like we know we're gonna, I don't know if that makes sense. We know we're gonna think the question, but anyway. Today, I think we're dealing with, oops, I did that backwards. I think we're dealing with acceptance. Here, this is sometimes a hard lesson to learn. Often when we go through challenging things, we want to push it away. We do anything at all costs to avoid feeling it, like racing off. Like, oh no, here comes the pain. I'm running away, right? The way past it is through it. So it is important. It's important that when you're experiencing those challenging emotions, it's really important to just acknowledge where you're at. That's the starting point of healing, to acknowledge where you're at. And then move into acceptance. Like, okay, I feel a lot of fill in the blank. It's hard to handle, but this is where I'm at. Without acknowledging it, you can't heal from it. Okay, what else do you have to say? What can help us? Like, what do you have advice for us right now? Right now as a collective, what can you tell us that will help us? Okay, they told me to pull from the bottom. 6 of Wands. 9 of Wands. The Empress. The Ace of Swords. And the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, I looked to see, I don't feel that like that card did not, I know it sounds weird, but I'm not trying to force a reading, it's just that card didn't seem to, I felt nothing when I touched it. you know? What comes after 5? 6. And then the 6 of Wands, it's that energy of celebrating that first victory, right? But the first victory, like any good movie, the first, okay, here's the challenge, we've met the challenge, isn't the only challenge, right? Most of the time, there's like 2 or 3 things that the heroine, hero or the heroine has to go through, right, to get final victory. It's going to be a long road, but at the end here, we might be a little battered, but we're still standing. If you think of that old Elton John song, I'm Still Standing, you should put it on and listen to it. Think about those words, right? Because here, with our collective power, and our collective strength, and the truth that we stand in, we have that Empress energy going for us. And that Empress, she cannot be bothered, right? She knows. She is the fulfillment of all the queens in the deck. The emotion, the energy, the truth, the logic, right? The passion. She's mastered it all. She's gone through like her own 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. And she's sitting relaxed, but also, you know, she's got that crown on her head of stars. Like, she is like, I mean, imagine, like, you're such an amazing queen. You're not wearing a crown of like gold and rubies. I mean, it's the freaking stars, man. The stars in the heaven, right? This is somebody who is completely confident and secure in who they are. We're going to get there, right? Often it is challenge, it is difficulty, it is heartache, and it is loss that strengthens us, that shows us what we're made of, shows us our mettle, M-E-T-T-L-E. I can say confidently, and if you've watched my video, you've known I've gone through it. If you've watched the video about who I am and why I started this channel, you know I've gone through a lot. And I can tell you, one, every bad time, every bad period in life has an end. But 2, once you've been through it, it's like, I really don't want to go through this again. But you know what? I know what I'm made of. I know what I'm made of. I've made it through. I can do it again. Bring it on, right? And here's another thing, and this was a lesson that took me a lot longer to learn. We need others. And of course, this is like contracts and whatever, but it's joining together with a purpose, right? For a purpose. And we need others. Don't isolate yourself right now. Don't isolate yourself. Reach out to your friends. If you hear chewing, that's my dog again, Bo. Someday I'll coax him into view. But I am sorry for that. I wanted to make sure my dog wasn't eating something really harmful. And I'm not sure how that will look in editing because I don't want to lose that whole video. Anyhow, I want to see. Is there any other advice? Strength in silence. Or suffering in silence. Right. That is actually the Hermit card in this deck. I don't view the Hermit as suffering, but mental conflict, patience, and planning. Times are rough. It's just the way it is. We don't always want to live in times like this. You know, it's interesting to read about in history class, but you don't want to be the one living it. Well, guess what? We're the ones living it. But we need to stand together in truth, right? We need to stand together in truth. And be patient, right? Be patient. It's not going, all of this suffering, all of this, the anguish is not going to last forever. I feel like a broken record when I say that, but it is not. There are more of us than there are of them. And when the collective realizes its power and stands up together, when they awaken out of this, and it's happening more and more every day, more and more people are seeing the truth. Sometimes it's not that they were deceived by the lies, but that they were just kind of checked out, right? Kind of only focused on the price of eggs. They're coming, they're waking up. They're waking up. All right, don't stay isolated. Don't stay isolated. It is one thing to take time to recharge and rejuvenate. I am an introvert. So while I can go to a party and sometimes even look like I'm the life of the party, I don't. No. Afterwards, I need to come home and not talk to or see anyone for like 48 hours. Like, I need my space. I've done my time. I made the masses happy. No. Talking like I'm. Anyhow. Awesome. So today, little suggestion for you is when you eat your meal. This one's going to be one that some of y'all might not like. When you eat your meal, don't watch TV. Don't look at your phone. Just be present with your food. Enjoy it thoroughly. Like the smell, the taste, the texture. Whatever it is, take time to savor it. And if you're breaking bread with someone, take time to savor their company, right? I guarantee you when you're on your deathbed, you're not going to be thinking, I wish I'd read one more Facebook post. I wish I'd read one more or watched one more TikTok. No. It's the people that matter. It's the life that we experience in this body that matters. So go out there and enjoy it.